Massive. Let me come over there. What's going on? What's going on? Who is in the chat? Who is in the chat? So who is in the chat? Who is in the chat? Who is in the chat? What's happening, guys? How are we? How the devil are we, guys? Let me just sort this stuff out, man. Yeah. How are we? What are we saying, guys? Wow. Boy, it's not easy them wins, you know. It's not easy to win like that. I'm telling you. Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. Hey? Seriously, guys. I said earlier in one of my chats with the guys, this game makes players, it makes heroes, makes legends, makes people, cult figures. A winner at Anfield does go down, man. It gets you down. Diego, when I first realised that, when Diego Forlan had a song after him for scoring against Liverpool, I think he got 2 at Anfield. Instant folklore. Do you know what I mean? That's what happens. That's the rivalry. That's what it amounts to. So, boy, I'm just like, you know what? That is like a massive, massive turnaround in fortunes for Harry Maguire as well. I just want to start there, you know. I think it's a great, I mean, no one talk about the club, but for someone like Harry to turn it around, what he's been through, we had him on the channel. If you've not seen the interview, go and see the interview. We speak to him about his ups and downs, his trials and tribulations at the football club. And he was almost out of the club, almost out. People wanted him out. But how he's shown the resilience, the character to come back to where he is, man, to be doing what he's doing, to fight off all sorts of criticism. I have to say, you have to hold your hands up and tip your hat to him, man, because that's a strength of character, and that resilience I spoke about before is phenomenal. Yeah, man. I want you to get in the comments, guys. Get in the comments. Throw some questions my way, man. I'm going to be here for a few next 10, 15, 20 minutes. So to win at Anfield, guys, it is, listen, it's the stuff of dreams. I'm sitting there going, please. I've got a little sweat on. You won't see it now, but under here, it's a bit sweaty. I actually gutted they didn't wear this kit. I thought they were going to wear this kit, you know. Do you remember the guy, I think the game, Gary Pallister scored a couple of headers at Anfield? I thought we could be seeing something like that today in the game, almost like 2 headers. Well, was it 2 headers? Harry Maguire. Oh, and Mbeumo wasn't a header, was it? But anyway, 1 header from a centre half. Almost amounted to that. But you know what, man? I think it's also about, when you think about it, going to Anfield. Now look at the league table. I said this earlier before we come close. I said earlier, we're now 2 points behind Liverpool. People have been getting on to us. The fan base have been a little bit unsteady and have been asking a lot of questions, and rightly so. Going out the cup to Grimsby leads to a lot of question marks that need answering. That's fine. But when you look at it now, I mean, I think we've played Chelsea, we've played Arsenal, we've played Man City, we've played Liverpool. Like, these are big teams. We played the biggest teams in the league, and we're only 2 points off of Liverpool now. I've got to say, guys, it's like, yes, there's been concern. Yes, there's been a worry. We're now sitting in 9th place, which is a big improvement on last season. The season's not finished, but we're 13 points. Arsenal have got 6 points ahead on 19. City are 3 points ahead of Man United right now in 2nd place. The league table's looking a lot better, a lot more. It's a lot easier to look at the league table now, and so I think we've got to get a sense of realism, and I think we've got to just take a step back and go, guys, considering where we finished last season, considering the lack of confidence within the squad from the position we finished last season, considering the types of caliber of teams we've played against this season, we are in a really, really healthy place. Again, not where we want to be. We want to be higher, always searching to be higher. But you have to say, given the teams we've played against, it ain't too bad, guys. It ain't too bad. And it's not as bad as the outlook and as what people in the media want to suggest it should be looking like. And so the comments now from Sir Jim Ratcliffe about saying we're going to stick with Amorim for 3 years, do they seem as bad as they did before this game, before this result? And that's the thing about football. One result can change everything. One goal, Harry Maguire's goal, can change everything, can change the outlook, can change the perspective, can change the trajectory of a football club for a moment. And I think that's why we've got to understand. That's where we've got to really understand that it is just, it changes it for a moment. We need to see now consistency. We need to see now these back-to-back results followed on. There needs to be follow-up from this. We need to go 3, 4, 5, 6 games now. Really build confidence. And the reaction that I saw on the pitch, grabbing people by the shirt, showing a bit of emotion, we want more of that every week. I know Anfield brings out something different in the player because of the rivalry, but I want to see that every week. Let's get to a couple of questions because I think it's important to get onto the chat. Charlotte Marsh, is this the start of a new era for Man United? I think it's too early, but this is a start, hopefully, of something. I'm hoping that back-to-back wins now. We've got to make sure that we continue that. I just said that before. But we're better than to start a new regime than at Anfield with 3 points. So, Charlotte, I hope you're onto something there. I'm not Batman. Regardless of the outcome today, I feel Amorim should be given at least 2 full seasons to prove he can turn it around. Do you agree? To a certain extent, I do. But I do think that we're in an emotional sport as well. This sport is really driven on emotion. We can have all the best plans laid out in the world, but they can be absolutely taken apart by a run of results, a lack of form, a lack of confidence. So I'd like to say yes, because I think we need patience. We've done the chop and change thing, and I want to give him a chance. But also, you have to earn that as well. So I hope he goes as far as doing that. Tilisha G, depression lifted for a week. Football equals so powerful. So true. So true. We've been... You know what? Football's a game of roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. It's going to the fairground and it's just being on a roller coaster, up and down, a whale of emotions. On your way up to the top, slow. Are we ever going to get there? You get there. Oh, we're ever going to go down? Yep, we go down. Oh my God, what an unbelievable feeling, elation. You get to the bottom. Oh, we've got to go all the way back round again. It's going too slow. It's just a mix of emotions. That's what it is, man. But this game can bring so many highs and places that you'd never imagine you could go, but it could take you as low and to places that you never thought were possible to get down to. So just enjoy today. Mbeumo's performance, I've got to say, he's been getting chances. He hasn't been as clinical as we've seen him before, but guys, this guy keeps getting into good positions, keeps on making the right runs. He's making the right decisions, and you're going to get your bit of luck in front of goal. And I thought we had that today. The keeper came out, it did hit him, but it went in the end. It made its way to the back of the net, and I think Mbeumo, he just causes problems. He unnerves defenders. I don't see defenders play against him, and you go, they look really comfortable to him. They just locked him up. Same with Cunha today. Cunha, I thought, was magnificent. I think as the game went on as well, especially when we needed someone to kind of give us a bit of time and really respite, he was that guy. I just think he's a wonderful footballer. Once he gets into full flow, I think he's going to be almost unplayable at times. Also, I think the manager has to take credit. I think starting without Sesko, who'd scored 2 goals in his last 2 games, everyone's probably on their WhatsApp groups going, what's going on here? How's Sesko not playing? He's in form. Confidence is high. I was on the verge of saying that, but I did agree with what he said before the game. I think the fact that he's tall, he's big, he's strong, plays into the hands of the Van Dijks and Konates. These elusive movers like Mbeumo and Cunha, we saw today, unnerved the Liverpool team at times. And what the first goal came from that, running in behind Mbeumo. I think we saw there people questioning Van Dijk or Konate. I thought Van Dijk was probably on a bit of the lazy side. Let Mbeumo run. He was in the lane. He was the one ahead at one point on the halfway line there, but Mbeumo put the burners on, and I thought that Virgil played a bit of a guessing game and pointed and expected Konate to come over, but when really I think Virgil should have just run back as fast as you can, shut the space off, and the ball probably never gets played, or if it does get played, he's closer to Mbeumo. I think Konate had probably 2 players to worry about when Van Dijk pointed, and I think when he pointed, he was pointing blindly, not knowing what was behind him. Ned the Red, the best performance of the season. Go Man United. Yep, I agree, best performance. But last year we had this, so this is what I mean. Last year we had this as one of our best performances at Anfield. We need to make sure that we continue, we build on this, we grow from this, we take the positives out of this and throw it into the next game and use it, and we see that play out. Man United's defence today, I have to say, deserved a great shout. I think Shaw, Maguire, obviously going to get the headlines with a goal, but I thought defensively, some big headers late on as well. De Ligt again I thought played exactly the way he's played all season, very, very dependable. And even Euro coming on for the latter parts made one great header at the back post. But again, shore things up. I think that's what it's about. I thought we allowed them too many crosses into the box, if I'm being honest. On another day, they probably score a couple of goals because we're letting them cross the ball too much. I thought Dalot probably should have got closer a good few times to the person crossing the ball. But sometimes you've got to ride your luck in these games, and we've done that, and we got the performance, and we got the result. And that's what I thought today, what I liked about it. We got a performance and the result. And if you're greedy, that's what you want. Could there be things we improve on? Yes. Not giving them as many chances, yes. But you go to Anfield, you have to accept they're going to get chances. They're going to get moments in the game. Can your keeper pull you out of it? Yes, he did with one big save with his feet. Yes, he did when the ball came in the box with a big punch near the end as well. Dependable, sure hands. Hands were really sure. He's only played 2 games, so I don't want to get carried away. But in his 2 games he's played, he's been very dependable. And that's the word that you want with your goalkeeper. Safe, dependable, assured, assertive. These type of words is what you want with your goalkeeper. Calm. Do you know what I mean? So long may that continue, because that then instills confidence in the back line. Abid Youssef, Cunha brought the favela to Anfield. Yes, at moments he did. At moments, holding people off. Just a little bit of swagger about him. I love Cunha. I can't say enough about him. Akin Hassan, what advice would you give Mainu at this time as he's been benched in a World Cup year? I don't think now's the time to talk about that. We just want at Anfield. But yeah, Kobe Mainu knows what he's got to do, man. He's got to try and get in a team by hook or by crook. However he does that, he's got to get in and stay in if he wants to go to a World Cup. Carl Wilson, who do you think is the most underrated player currently, and also from your time at United? In my time, it was Michael Carrick, underrated. I'd also go as far as to say that the likes of Shazy, Darren Fletcher, Wes Brown, also underrated as well. Special mentions to them guys. But huge value from teammates to them. Most underrated player today in the team for United. Ooh, who's underrated? I don't know. I don't think any of them are underrated. They are. Maguire's importance in the team is growing again. De Ligt's importance in the team is growing. I think Lenny Yoro's pace is important. I don't think there's anyone underrated. You know what? Mount maybe. I think Mount, Wayne Hughes just come up on the chat, says Mount for me is underrated. I get what you're saying, but Mount, he's only underrated because he hasn't played enough games. Once he plays 50, 60 games like without injury and whatnot, then I think we've got a chance to go, yeah, is he underrated or not? I think, listen, he's a wonderful player. He's proved that already in his career. We just need to see that in the Man United shirt. He needs to be fit and available for selection week in, week out. And I think we'll see the best of him. I think in the first half, he was so efficient. He's clean with his passing, his movement, his pressing ability off the ball is phenomenal. He's one of those players who's a valued member of the team. Teammates really appreciate Mason Mount, and long may his fitness continue. J Pave 6, will Arsenal win the league now? I said before ball was kicked this season. I think Arsenal, this is their chance to win the league. They've got to do it this year. They can't come second again. They've got to win it this year with this group of players. They've got a wonderful group. They've probably got the best squad in terms of depth in this league. They've recruited well in the summer. They found a way again yesterday. They're my favourites to win the league. Stock gains. I think we are seeing an improvement in squad depth. We have a lot of options now. I said before the game, when I saw the manager's selection, I said, right, Dorgu's out, Sesko's out, Yoro's out. I said, oh, he's shuffling the pack. When have we really been able to do that and then go on and get a result? When have we been able to do that, bring out our striker on 2 goals in his last 2 and go justifiably, there's a different option here that I'm going to go with that could get us a result. And it paid off. So Amorim has to take credit for that. But it's through the recruitment of players staying fit. We've got a fit squad now. You look at the bench today, there weren't many kids on that bench. We look at last season, there was loads of teenagers on the bench at times of the season. So a fit squad allows the manager to shuffle the pack and have different options. And we're seeing that today. And to be able to win at Anfield, still shuffling the pack with a couple of regulars that have come out the first 11, I think is testament to him, but also the squad building that resilience and robustness fitness-wise. Mark Welch, what do you think is the best defence combination, Rio? I don't know. And I still don't think the manager knows. He's gone to Anfield today knowing that they're going to cross the ball and get the balls in the box. He needs resilience in there. He needs probably a big, sturdy man in there and some experience. I think when you go to Anfield, you want experience. And I think that's what he went for today in that team. He took Dorgu out, inexperienced at this level. He took Yoro out, a younger kid, put someone like Delit, Maguire, Shaw in, all experienced. They're heavy in experience. And you took Sesko out, who's inexperienced at this level. So you understand and you see why the manager's done that. And I think it was a great call. And I think when credit is due, I think you've got to give it to him. I think Amorim's been under a lot of pressure. And I think he has to take huge credit for his squad selection today. Because even with the interview before the game was questioning, why has Sesko gone out? And I think it was a valid point, a valid question. Why is Sesko out? I scored 2 in 2. And he answered it. And so I don't want to speak too much before the game. But listen, him playing probably plays into the 2 Liverpool centre-half's hands. These other 2, different proposition. And it proved one of them scored. Wayne in the world, loving the black kit on Rio. Yeah, man, it goes in my complexion. I've got a little chain in the background as well. The yellow just spices it up with a black there, the contrast, man. It's a sick kit, man. This is like a legendary kit. This is one of those kits I think that you go, this gets regurgitated again in about 15 years because I think it's an iconic kit. The Black Man United kits are boom. I love them. The one I played in with Vodafone, I think it was, wicked kit. So yeah, this is another extension of that, man. This is with the yellow instead of the white. Adidas are doing some good stuff at the moment, kit-wise, isn't they? Just, you know what I mean? Even the training gear is wicked as well. I love all that as well. The hoodies and the trackies and that. Do you know what I mean? The shell suit ones. The one he was wearing earlier in the season, the manager, I've got that as well. I reckon it's going to be a little classic. But football and fashion now is flying at the minute, isn't it? Do you not think? Like I wouldn't mind wearing a football shirt. I would never have worn a football shirt out back in the day, but I'd wear a football shirt, not even an actual, it looks like a football shirt, but ain't a club shirt. I'd wear one of those easy. Adidas do a few of them. I've got a couple upstairs. I've worn a couple. I've got a wicked green one I wore before, but I think I like the way it's blending and that with fashion. I like that. Any more questions, guys? Clipped. That was elite smash and grab. Smash and grab, are you sure? That weren't smash and grab. I thought we played well. We created chances. They hit the post, don't get me wrong, and I think they had the crossbar. They hit the post a couple of times. Salah had a great chance at the back post. Gakpo had a great header, back post as well. They had chances to get it, but I don't think it was a smash and grab. We created chances as well, man. Bruno had an unbelievable one. He should have gone 2-0 in the first half. Like, you're looking at it and going, we could have had it 2-0 at half time. I don't know if it was a smash and grab, bro. But I just love the response. I love that they scored and then we just go down and say, no, that's character. Again, these are the things that should be reinforced, and I hope they will be in the training ground. Guys, look, Anfield. You can smell it in there. Some people smell fear when they walk into that place. Some people shrink and go, not for me today. Sorry, sir. And I wouldn't mind coming off at 45 at half time if you can get me off earlier and I roll an ankle. Thank you. That's how some people think when they go to them big stadiums, when it's on the line, when it's an electric atmosphere and it's volatile and it's got a little bit of fury in there and a bit of hate. Some people don't want that. These guys stood up today. And I think, again, this squad of players has been questioned. They've been hammered at times. They've been questioned of their focus, their ability, their desire. That can't be thrown at them, man. It can't be thrown at them right now because every man and his dog there with that team stood up and were counted. One Line SC. Rio, question. Would you go for Wharton or Baleba? Perhaps both. Or future targets? Well, listen, you can't get them now. The window's closed, isn't it? I'll take either of those, Wharton or Baleba. I've got to say Wharton. I think if you're going to go off just this season, I think Wharton's in the lead. He's the one out in front. But I think in terms of what he possesses, they're very different players, Wharton and Baleba. And I think it's very much to what Amorim wants of his squad. Does he want somebody who can turn defence into attack with running with the ball, beating the press, turning a little bit like Gravenberch at times, can turn defence into attack with some great strides and body feints just to change direction and then get through the press and beat that. Baleba at times, positionally, he needs to work on defensively, positionally, but he is good at shielding at times. He is good at tackling, and he's an athlete. He can get around the pitch, but he's still got a lot to do. Or do you want a controller? Do you want someone whose weight of pass is exquisite? Someone who, again, can beat the press with passes, has got a body feint, but is a bit more of a dictator and is more cultured. Just does things. He's just a beautiful football player, Wharton. And it is what you think suits your squad better. So I'll leave that one to Amorim. I love both players. I think both will be great for Man United. If you can get both, take both. But it's a lot of money. But what I would say is I think I'd be happy with either of them. And I think I've got to leave that to the manager to decide who his pick is. I'm sitting on the fence a little bit there, but I have to. But yeah, man. Well, listen, man. We're going to be back at 5 p.m. Tomorrow, UK time, guys, for Rio Presents with Joel and Steve. What a way to enter the new week, guys. Manchester United have gone to Anfield and taken 3 points. Harry Maguire at the ready. Hey, Harry Maguire, stand up and take a bow, son. But yeah, man, tomorrow, guys, don't miss it. Rio Presents 5 p.m. UK time. Me, myself, Joel, and Steve in the house, man. Tell a friend, notifications on. Do not be late. Do not miss it. All right. Good luck, guys. And thank you. Man United. Mwah.